We're at Wildwood Park where tonight the Sheboygan A's host the West Allis Nationals in the Wisconsin State League action. Hello everybody, alongside Lucas Schulze, I'm Mike Martin. We'll be bringing you tonight's broadcast. Sheboygan comes into today's game in first place with a 10-4 record. Right behind them is West Allis with a 10-6 record. Sheboygan is 19-13 overall. They'll be starting Eric Schmitz tonight on the mound. And I'll give you the lineup for Sheboygan. Defensively, that is. Over at first base is Jimmy Jurgensen. At second base is Hudson Wagner. Harry Stelt is at third, and Riley Palmquist is at short. Around the outfield, Nick Tenney's in left, Alex Ames is in center, and Chase Hanselman is in right. The battery, of course, Schmitz pitching, and Cal Casper is the catcher. Lucas, little news on Chase Hanselman.
Yeah, he had a 12-game hit streak going. It just got snapped in that last game versus Menasha, but he has been on some sort of run for a stretch. He was in over 500 in his last 10 games. So, I mean, and to have him hit, what, 6th in the order today? You can't have anything better than that for the A's offense.
Right, and Jimmy, with a couple of home runs, has taken over the club leadership in that area. He's having a real fine year, and of course, Harry is Harry with the way he hits. Leading off for the Nationals is Ryan Lem, their catcher. Lem comes into tonight's game hitting .231. Eric Schmitz is making his 6th start of the year. He's got one complete game. It's 4-0 on the year. And a 1.71 ERA. He's been on fire so far this season.
Yeah, the one problem for him has been the first innings. He always seems to give up the one run the first innings, couple hits early on, but after that he seems to really settle in. So you're looking for a complete game shutout if you get out of the first inning clean.
2-1 pitch coming up. Ball is lined over the head of Wagner. Lem leads it off with a single. That brings up Tyrese Mitchell. Mitchell's a good one. You got to look out for him. Our game time temperature is 70 degrees. Umpires are Michael Baird behind home plate and Jason Worth on the bases. We've had these gentlemen before. They do a fine job.
And this game is so important for Sheboygan, being just a game up on West Allis in the standings, but they're only 2.5 games up above 5th place. And this is so competitive, this Wisconsin State League this season. Everyone is right in it, even this late in the season.
Wagner staying with it. Couldn't get it on the backhand short hop, but was able to knock it down enough to get the force at second base. Good play by Hudson.
Yeah, it looked like he wasn't going to have a chance. It hit hard, got a glove on it, but it got enough away where he thought that Lem would be able to get in the second base, but Wagner did a nice job recovering, made the play.
Brian Hunsinger is the third hitter. Casper was out for about a week or so. He got hit in the private parts about a week or so ago and had some swelling and was not able to play. This is his first game back. Good to have him back in the lineup. Ball hit out into right field, but foul.
Yeah, it's great to have him back behind the plate defensively, and his offense has been coming with it as well, so he's such a valuable player for Sheboygan to have in the lineup.
Lucas, you were mentioning that Hunsinger was MVP of the State League twice during his career.
Yeah, back-to-back seasons, but had a slow start in 2026, 1 for 24 at the plate. That's why when you look at his average, it says 195. You're like, what's wrong with this guy?
Yeah, really?
He's been hitting it better since that start, but still not where he wants to be.
Tyrese Mitchell was on the move on that last pitch, but it was fouled off. So he's back at first. Got to keep an eye out for him. It's a slow roller to short. Palmquist on a quick snap over to second base for the force out. So Mitchell's out. Hunsinger reaches on a fielder's choice.
4-6 and a 6-4.
Argersinger is the next hitter for the Nationals. Nick, you got some long names in there.
And he was a guy Sheboygan had a lot of trouble with last time at Wildwood Park. He was not retired in his 5 plate appearances, 3 hits and 2 walks.
Let's look at those long names. Hunsinger, Argersinger, Montgomery. Schmitty starts Argersinger with a strike. Another pitch called a strike. Schmitty looking good so far. The word is Riley Palmquist will probably be playing his last game of the season tonight. We're not sure exactly why. We've heard there were some injury issues, but it makes you wonder what is he doing starting and batting second if there's injuries.
Yeah, you always want him in the lineup, and it's nice that he's able to push through it at least tonight because he's so great defensively.
He's such a settling influence on the infield. Ball's hit down the line and sliding, but not able to make the catch and foul ground was Hanselman. Good effort by Chase.
That stuff looked like he knee kind of stopped in the dirt. Looked like that ground didn't give too much on that. So I looked like he might have had a chance at it, but just out past his outstretched glove.
Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's 2 outs. Brian Hunsinger is over at first base, reaching on a fielder's choice. The one part about Sheboygan this year that has been pretty consistently shaky has been their defense. And there's a ground ball over to Riley. He flips it over to Wagner for the force. And that ends the Nationals' first inning.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more. Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Last night, Sheboygan was rained out at Green Bay, and then on Tuesday, they lost 4-2 to Menasha. Was a tough loss for Sheboygan. They now sit at 4-4 in the Nuba League. Also, we have another big thing going on tonight, Lucas. We're finally going to get to that book review.
Oh, yeah.
Your Inner Fish. We look forward to that. We'll probably do that around the 4th or 5th inning.
Left-hander.
You want to go through their defense?
Yeah, defensively for the Nationals from left to right in the outfield, Jonah Meidel, he's in left. The center fielder is Max Montgomery, and in right, is Nick Argersinger. Around the horn from third to first. In the infield, Aaron Gex is the third baseman. The shortstop is J.J. Jackson. At second base is Tyrese Mitchell. And the first baseman is Brian Huntsinger with Ryan Lem behind the plate catching for Vince Golke on the mound, the left-hander.
Yeah, Golke, a left-hander, has got 15 innings pitched. He's got a 1-0 record. ERA is fine at 3.60. They got two columns for ERA. 2.80 is his other ERA. Well, you figure that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, well, he's decent.
Average him out.
Vince Golke, like Lucas mentioned, you can see on your monitor, it's a left-hander. There's a line drive right up the middle. Ames starts it off with a base hit for Sheboygan.
And Ames has been one of the AE's best hitters when it comes to facing left-handers all season, hitting over 360, and now is 12 at bats. So
Also
no
leads the
there.
ball club with 12 stolen bases. Palmquist is next. Riley steps in, hitting 237. Lucas mentioned earlier his forte for the team is providing solid defense at short. He's in his 5th year with Sheboygan.
Yeah, he's only had 5 at-bats versus left-handers this season, but he's 3 for 5. So he's in 600 against the Southpaws.
The ball is hit high, but ranging over is Montgomery, and he makes the easy catch. Harry Stelt up. Harry leads the ball club in hitting 386. He's dipped a little below the 400 mark. He was sitting there for a long time. I don't know if I was watching a Brewer game or if it was a Cub game, but whoever the player was had the same walk-up song as Harry. Or maybe it was one of the games of the week.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ames not taking a real big lead at first.
We haven't seen Lem at Wildwood Park yet, so we don't really get a feel for his arm behind the plate. Maybe the A's know more than we do. Especially left-hander again makes it more difficult to take a bag.
Coming up to the booth is Brad. I don't think all that food is for us, though. Two-one pitch on the way. Harry gets it into the hole and through. Ames will have to hold at second. Harry with a seeing eye single to left.
Yeah, he had just enough on that to get that through the 6-hole past 2 diving gloves, but he'll take a base hit.
Brings up Connor Lash. Lash didn't see much action in the first part of the season. He was a late arrival. Does have a couple of doubles.
He hasn't gotten going yet, but there's still a little bit of season left for him to get that average back where it was last season where he was so dominant.
Pitch is just off the plate for a ball. Steve Elliott is the West Allis manager. He's also president of the State League. Another pitch low, makes it 2-0. Sheboygan has runners on first and second, only one out. Good speed at second in Ames.
Something we haven't seen from Lash is a home run. He had 7 of them tied for first on the team last season.
Right, yeah, he was He provided a couple of my better calls last year on those home runs. Had a good rip at that, fouled it straight back. Evens the count at 2-2. West Allis beat the A's 3-2 on July 1st on a 10th inning home run by Chance Ruby, who's not here tonight. Connor drills that one to deep left. If it stays fair, it's going to hit the base of the wall. It's going to score at least one. Harry pulls up at third and lashes in with a stand-up double.
Too bad.
Great effort by Meidel.
Too bad the wind wasn't pushing out just a tad bit more. That could have pushed over the fence, but great job of hitting there by Connor Lash, bringing in a run. Sent it just to the fence, out past the outstretched glove of the left fielder. Meidel brings home a run.
Hudson Wagner is next. Wagner steps in hitting .262. He's been hitting quite well of late. He has 4 doubles. Infield is back for West Allis, about halfway maybe. They're not all the way in.
Yeah, Wagner's really worked his way into an everyday spot on this team. Last season, he was kind of a guy who was in there sporadically, but 2026 feels like every day he's either playing second base or he's in left field. He's
The
just
one
been such a
thing
great hitter.
that concerned me was he had a not very high batting average, but to compound matters, he also had a lot of strikeouts. You know, he wasn't hitting the ball when he made out, but that's changed. He's been in a groove the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, a lot of hitters will take 262. That's a very solid average,
Yeah,
especially
right.
7 RBIs. Now he's starting to draw his walks. He drew his first walk last week, despite having over 60 at bats, but he's up to 2 now.
There's a roller to short. Ball is in the dirt. Should have been an easy putout. It's going to go as an E6. Wagner reaches, and then Harry scores. And Lash able to move over to third.
And you wonder if the shortstop, Jackson, was kind of in the back of his mind, thought that Stowe might be going home on the play and then tried to rush the throw a little bit. And that's what led to that ball being awry.
Jimmy's up. I mentioned earlier, Jimmy leading the ball club in home runs with 6. Also has 7 doubles. Pitch is inside for a ball. Jimmy has 27 RBIs, which leads the ball club. Hudson Wagner's over at first. He's got pretty good speed. See how Tim Moyer plays this if he has him try to do a double steal kind of thing.
And Jimmy just had a 2-homer game a week ago against
Yeah,
West
that
Allis.
was wasn't that the Menasha game? They lost 4-2, I think.
Yeah.
They get those home runs in a winning effort. Jimmy fouls that one back. The count sits at 2-2. There's 1 out. Lash is at third. Wagner's at first. Ben Skelke on the mound for the Nationals. 2 runs in so far for Sheboygan. And Jimmy draws a walk. And that loads him up for Chase Hanselman.
And he just broke that, we were talking about the 12-game hit streak. And it wasn't just a hitting streak. It was basically a multi-hit streak. He was getting at least 2 hits a game, it felt like. Even though he went 0 for 4 in his last game, he's still a guy you don't want to face right now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, getting that 0 for the other game means he's gonna get a couple hits tonight. First pitch swing, all you do is follow it back.
Especially he now leads the team in doubles after that stretch. He's got more doubles than he does RBIs.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
9 doubles, 8 RBIs.
Good stop by Lem on a pitch in the dirt, evens the count at 1-1. Hanselman steps in with a .364 batting average. There's a liner, fair, past the third baseman down the line. 2 runs will score on a nice base hit by Chase Hanselman. Stay hot, young man.
He ripped that ball right to third baseman, but it looked like he had a play on it. Just kind of went right past his glove. Well, he didn't read it correctly, but that's a base hit for Chase Hanselman. Brings in 2 runs. Give him double-digit RBIs on the season with that one.
Good base running by Jimmy to stop at second. Looked like the third baseman, Gex, may have been a little bit fooled on that. Was off to his right and just couldn't get the glove hand in front of his body quick enough to make a play on the ball. Nick Tenney up. Tenney hits a little looper out into short left center field. It's going to drop for a hit. And that'll load up the bases again.
Just hit after hit for the A's right now.
They've got 4 runs in and an excellent opportunity to get some more. Cal Casper is up.
It's really the 5th hit of the inning as well.
Casper still struggling with his batting average, but he has been making contact. Jimmy's on at third, Chase is at second, and Nick is at first. Elke's pitch is outside, evens the count at 1-1.
5 hits in the inning for Sheboygan, just 1 out still. Bases loaded, chance to really start a blowout in this first inning.
Casper takes a pitch high in the zone, called a strike, makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good rip at that one, followed it straight back. Sheboygan with 5 hits in the inning. Jimmy collected a walk, and then they had that key error on Jackson, the shortstop. Not much has gone right for the Nationals in this first inning. Base hit by Casper out to right. Casper taking that outside pitch and taking it right to right field for a solid base hit and another run in for Sheboygan.
And the merry-go-round continues at 6 hits in the inning now for the A's. Bases still loaded with 1 out and 5 runs already in. And
back
top
to the
order.
Yeah, back to the top of the order. Alex Ames. Alex singled right up the middle his first time, and Steve Elliott coming out to talk to his pitcher. Two National players are going to the bullpen to start warming up.
And the A's already are 4 for 5 with runners in scoring position in this inning. Sometimes we've seen them leave so many runners on base, but not the same story tonight.
Michael Baird starting to come out to the mound as Steve Elliott heads back to the dugout. Sheboygan has batted around Alex Ames, the 10th hitter of the inning. Good speed on the bases. Hanselman, Tenney, and Casper. Good rip by Alex. He comes up empty. Strike one.
And we mentioned the success Alex has had against left-handed pitching already. Saw a ball in the first inning. It still is the first inning where he ripped it right up the middle. See if he can do it again, bring home a couple more runs.
Fly ball out to right. This will be deep enough to score a run. And a good job by Ames to get another run in.
I mean, you do this kind of damage in the first inning, you put the opposing team in such a hole where they feel like they lose that confidence because their pitching staff can't get outs. And you have to go to your bullpen so early, and you're down 6 runs.
Riley Palmquist up. Riley hit the ball hard, but Montgomery out in center was able to make the play. Got good speed on the bases. Tenney should be able to score on a hit to the outfield, especially with 2 outs. He'll be running on the crack of the bat. There's a line drive, just foul. No balls and 2 strikes on Riley. Sheboygan with 6 runs in the inning.
Still 2 runners on base.
Riley proudly wears that number 23. That's been his number, I think, his entire A's career. Brings back memories of Ryan Sandberg. And a good pitch by Gelke. And Riley goes down on a called strike 3. But Sheboygan comes up with 6 first inning runs, and after 1 complete, Sheboygan 6, Nationals nothing.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin.
You serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
On Friday, tomorrow night, Sheboygan plays Menasha in a makeup game from earlier date that was rained out. And then Saturday, Sheboygan has a doubleheader against the Greenville Stars. And between games, Taylor Schwartz will be inducted into the Sheboygan A's Hall of Fame. Taylor, of course, was infielder, pitcher, got most of his stardom through his pitching. and obviously he was a very good one. And be interesting. Maybe we can get him up here in the booth, Lucas, and talk to him before he gets inducted. Taylor Schwartz being inducted on Saturday between a doubleheader with Greenville.
It's always great to get a chance to honor the guys who gave so much to this team over the years.
Max Montgomery hits a pop-up, and Wagner retreats back into short right center field to make the catch. That brings up Jonah Meidel, the left fielder.
And the thing for Schmitty, this is the second time in a row he's seen this West Allis team. He played them when you were on the Budweiser party deck, and so you got to see him pitch as well. But for a team seeing a similar pitcher the same time 2 times in a row, it can make it a little easier to hit off of him.
Yeah, you'd think, for sure. Hanging breaking ball is pounded into left field. See a second base hit for the Nationals. Zach Rizzo is up next.
But the good thing for Sheboygan is that this lineup isn't really similar to the same lineup from the game before. A lot of new names in that grouping for the Nationals.
Good fastball by Schmitty. Threw it right by Rizzo. Another fastball. Well, Lucas, you stick with the heater? Or
Yeah,
you
it's been working, right?
throw a
Challenge
waste
him.
pitch.
Challenge him right here. See him catch up.
That pitch is in the dirt. That'll allow Meidel to advance.
Yeah, it's not usual for Sheboygan to have Reclitis coming out of the bullpen.
Yeah, we heard that first in relief is Jared Reclitis. Another pitch out of the zone, evens the count at 2-2. Jonah Meidel is on second base. There's one out in the inning. Little change of pace, and ball is bounced over to Wagner, who makes the play. Good pitch by Schmitty. Kept Rizzo off balance.
Hey, he's getting a lot of soft contact at infielders right now, and that's a good thing for Sheboygan. You don't want to be seeing a lot of hard hit contact, especially seeing that this is the second time he's facing this lineup.
Aaron Gex is next.
And a lot of times when you get that soft contact early in counts, you can stay in the game longer because your pitch count is much more manageable.
Gex rips one to right, and that'll bring home a run.
Well, so much for that soft hit contact. Kind of ripped that one right there, did Gex.
Yeah, he wasn't fooled. And that's their number 8 hitter. J.J. Jackson, the shortstop, is batting. He's the number 9 hitter in the Nationals lineup. First pitch is in there for a strike. Jackson is not listed with the hitters. He does appear with the pitchers.
Could be a reason why he's hitting 9th.
Yeah, could be. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. And what a throw by Cal Casper. And, with Gex being thrown out at second, the Nationals will start the 3rd inning with their 9 hitter leading off.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot. Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Vince Gelke still on the mound, Lucas, for the Nationals. You had mentioned during that first inning when Sheboygan scored 6 that it's pretty tough when your starter, you know, if he's only going to go 1 inning, and Steve Elliott trying to get a few more innings out of his starter. Hopefully Sheboygan can take advantage of that.
And West Allis is a team that doesn't affect as much because they always bring a lot of guys with them. They've got more guys in their roster than some other teams that the A's play against, but a lot of these teams, they only bring 9, 10 guys with them, and when you have to go in the bullpen so early, it can be very difficult to overcome that.
2-0 is the count to Harry. Harry singled to left his first time up, and he scored.
And we mentioned the significance of this game with Sheboygan being only a game up in the Wisconsin State League, trying to hold on to first place. And to have a 6-run first inning is so important. Get out in front.
Harry draws a walk. I was looking at the standings, Lucas, and if Sheboygan were to lose and West Allis wins, Sheboygan actually would remain in first place because they would have a better winning percentage.
Yeah.
So, but let's get that 1-game lead up to 2 games.
Exactly.
Also, we had talked before the game about Lombard. They're starting to win some games in the league, and are going to be a factor before it's all done.
Yeah, they were well under 500, and all of a sudden now they're 8-7. After I think they were 3-7 at one point, so they've gotten hot. Of course, it's just a matter of time before they figured it out. And now they find themselves just 2.5 games, or 2 games, I should say, out of first place. 2.5.
Yeah, Sheboygan will be bouncing ball in the hole and through. Flash with a single to left. CJ was mentioning just down the way in the press box of Sheboygan has a very big 4-game set against Lombard down there. And it looks like that's going to be it for Gelke. Steve Elliott coming back to the mound. Aaron walking around the mound. He can't believe he can't get an out, and that is going to be it.
Yes, 39.
Trying to figure out who the relief pitcher is.
Yeah, definitely not the appearance that Gelke was looking for on the mound. Just goes 1+ innings, gives up 6 runs, and he's
Bill, do we got a
responsible
name on that
for
kid?
the 2 runners on base.
Danny Belknap now pitching.
And Belknap came in and faced Sheboygan the last time these two played at Wildwood Park as well. And he pitched quite well, to say the least. He really shut down Sheboygan after they had really gotten going in that game, had scored 7 runs early, and all of a sudden he really shut down that lineup, didn't allow any runs from the 6th through the 8th inning after he came in relief in the 4th.
Well, Gelke goes an inning plus, gave up 7 hits, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. He is responsible for the 2 runners on base. So far in the game, he's allowed 6 runs. 3 of those were earned. And that's going to leave it up to Hudson Wagner. Wagner hit that ground ball to short that was thrown in the dirt, allowed a run to score.
And last time these two played, it was Rizzo who started the game, and he gave up 6 runs early. And then Belknap came in and pitched from the 4th on and only surrendered 1 run.
See if Sheboygan can produce some more runs. 5-run lead is nice, but keep the upper hand. Don't let the Nationals get the momentum.
Yeah, push it to double digits if you want and get out of your 2 innings early.
There you go. First pitch to Wagner was a ball. That ball is hit to third. Nice play by the third baseman, Gex. Took the ground ball, stepped on third, and then fired to first to double up Wagner.
Yeah, it's perfectly hit right in the
the
bag.
2 outs.
It was perfectly hit right on the bag for him to not have to throw to second, just step on the bag at third, get the lead runner, as well as get Wagner.
Connor Lash is at second. There are 2 outs. Jimmy's up. Jimmy drew a walk his first time. Gets to face a right-handed pitcher this trip. Sheboygan on top 6-1. Jimmy puts that one up the middle. It's through. And that's going to produce a run. Connor Lash scoring from second on the RBI single from Jimmy Jurgensen.
And that's a huge at-bat for Jimmy, obviously, because it brings in a run, but it's a response. West Allis had gotten 1 back at the top of the 2nd inning, and Sheboygan able to answer with 1 back to push that momentum back towards Sheboygan.
28th RBI of the year for Jimmy. Chase Hanselman hit that line drive right down the third base line to produce 2 more runs in that first inning.
That was a big hit that he had in that first inning. Able to move the lead from 2 to 4, and
yeah, that was huge.
Sheboygan could add on, and they continued to do even more after that.
Good fastball by Belknap. Got it by Hanselman. Umpire having equipment issues. Steps out from behind home plate. We mentioned we got a book review coming up. We didn't mention about the A's golf outing. That's Sunday, August 16th. It's always a fun event. Trying to get my foursome lined up. Got 2 guys lined up for sure. Next home game, we mentioned this, is tomorrow night when Menasha comes to town.
Yeah, big
Michael
new
Baird seems to be ready. All right, we're ready to go. There are 2 outs. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jimmy Jurgensen on at first. And someone takes ball 2. And someone sticks the bat out and fouls it off into the West Allis bullpen area.
Yeah, Chase, we've talked about how hot he has been over the past couple weeks, but he's brought his average up over 100 points in the matter of 2 weeks.
Breaking pitch is in there for call, strike 3. And that ends the Sheboygan second, but not before they put another run on the board. After 2, 7-1 Sheboygan.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
Schmitty warming up, Casper doing the catching, Schmitty of course doing the pitching. Sheboygan up 7-1. They've played very well so far, doing a lot of hitting, getting 7-8 hits so far. If you have any complaints, it's that 7 of the 8 hits are singles.
Death by paper cuts.
Got a nice crowd in the ballpark. J.J. Jackson, who was at the plate when Gex was thrown out at second, will lead off the third. Schmitty's first pitch, a breaking ball, is in for a strike. Ball is hit into foul territory. I don't think anybody's going to be able to reach this. It's in the bullpen area over the fence.
Almost got another chance for it to hit that pole, that light pole in the bullpen area for West Allis.
Schmitty has pitched 31 and 1/3 innings. He's leads the club in that area. Only allowed 20 hits. Has struck out 25 and walked 6. Mentioned he's 4-0 coming into tonight's game. Another ball fouled out of play.
Yeah, he's a winner, and we've talked about that before. He always finds a way to be a benefit to the team pitching-wise. Get outs for you, doesn't walk a lot of hitters.
Jackson strikes out, and then Cal finishes him off with a 2-3 putout. And that brings up the leadoff hitter, Ryan Lem, who led off the game with a base hit.
Yeah, it's weird to see that being the first strikeout for Schmidt. Again, his strikeout numbers aren't what they used to be, but still, he gets them.
You know, we like to look at that from the positive point of view, as hopefully he's saving some pitches by getting them to hit pitches early in the count.
Exactly.
You mentioned this when it happened. I'm going to mention it again. Back in the first inning, Lem led off with that single, and then the next 3 outs were all made at second base on force outs. Wagner slides over to his left and makes the easy pick and throws out Lem at first. And that's 2 outs for Tyrese Mitchell.
And it's always nice for Schmid to get those quick outs. And then you could have Rhett come in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Throwing good velo, acting like a closer almost.
Surprisingly, Mitchell is, well, he's got 3 stolen bases on the year. And he was on the move. Back in the first one, he was on base, but his teammate fouled the ball off. And he wound up getting forced out at second. But Tyrese can be a force out there. He's a good ball player. Looks like Schmidt's got the breaking ball working this inning. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fastball just a little bit low. Everybody in the press box wanted it a strike. Ball is popped up. Jimmy makes the call and the catch. And that's the end of the Nationals' 3rd.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations, willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Final numbers for Vince Gelke, the National starter. He went 1 inning, gave up 7 hits, 7 runs. 4 of those were earned. Walked 2 and struck out 1. Leading off the Sheboygan 3rd is Nick Tenney. Like so many of the Sheboygan A's hitters in that first inning where they scored 6 runs, Nick singled.
He's part of that merry-go-round where it just kept going single station to station for the base runners.
Yeah. It's like death by 1,000 cuts for West Allis.
And all of a sudden, the Nationals look up at the scoreboard and they're down 6 runs. It's only the first inning.
It's nice for Sheboygan to be able to come back with the run after West Allis had scored one in their second. The ball hit right to Gex at third, and he strong arms it over to first for the out. That brings up Cal Casper, who had an RBI single. Remember, he took that outside breaking ball and hammered it to right.
I was kind of surprised to see Golke come back out there for that second inning. Felt like he threw a lot of pitchers, and Elliott was already thinking of pulling him in that first.
Ball is hit into right field, and Argersinger over to make that catch.
But then he allowed the first two base runners to reach and gets pulled, and then Belknap has kind of weathered the storm so far ever since he's
On
come
the
into the game.
injury front, we mentioned about Casper being out for about a week with an injury. Out for the rest of the season with a shoulder injury is Jacob Neese, the Sheboygan starting third baseman. He'll definitely be missed, providing a big bat in the lineup and some defensive prowess at third and second. Hopefully Jacob will be ready to go next year. Ames fouls that pitch back. He's at the plate with a 2-ball, 1-strike count. There are 2 outs. We're getting a little closer. We're inching closer, Lucas, to that book review.
Coming up.
You know what I think will be best for the fans?
What?
They won't have to watch the same commercials they've been seeing all year. Even my wife mentioned something to me after one of the games. When are they going to get different commercials? I understand that it's not a cheap thing to get those productions done. Count is 3-2. Nice play by Mitchell, gets Ames, and that ends the Sheboygan third. After 3 complete, Sheboygan on top, 7-1.
The estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. We thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
Getting ready to start the top of the fourth. The Nationals will send up Brian Huntsinger, Nick Argersinger, and then Max Montgomery. They're 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Schmitty doing a strong 3 innings so far. He's got 1 strikeout, no walks. Has allowed 3 hits.
And it's good for Schmidt to continue to put up quick innings, continue to put up zeros. Less and less outs he has to get, and less confidence that the Nationals offense has that they can overcome this deficit.
Pitch is right on the outside corner. Makes it no balls and 2 strikes.
Nationals.
Huntsinger hit into a fielder's choice his first time up. Big breaking ball hangs up out of the strike zone, evens count at 2-2.
Hunsinger's a dangerous hitter, so you don't really want to challenge him with the fastball. But he missed with the breaking ball high, so maybe try to go breaking ball below the zone.
Ball's in the hole. Palmquist made the pickup, sliding in the hole, and then threw across over to Jimmy, who made the pick of the low throw, and they got Hunsinger, and that is an awesome play right there on both ends. You're not going to see anything finer in the major leagues than that right there.
Wow, that was just special, like you had said, Marty. I mean, to make that diving stop, get up back on your feet, and still have time to make the throw accurately, too, to get the out, is just incredible by Riley Palmquist, deep in the hole.
Nick Argersinger's up. He also hit into a fielder's choice his first time up. I think Schmitty ought to buy Palmquist and Jurgensen a couple of double brats. Treat them to lunch after the game. Looping fly ball out into a short left, and Tenney comes in and makes a diving catch.
Add Tenney to the list, Marty.
Wow, Sheboygan putting on a defensive show in the top of the fourth.
Looks like Tenney's going to double brat too.
Max Montgomery, the fine center fielder for West Allis, is up. He popped up to Hudson Wagner, his first trip up. Middle infielders, Palmquist is back right on the edge of the grass, and looks like Hudson Wagner is basically in the same spot. They're back very deep. Harry Stelt way behind third base, and Jimmy way back behind first base. 1-2 pitch coming up, and it's just a little bit inside.
And Montgomery's been a really good hitter for West Allis all season long, hitting over 300, but for Sheboygan, he's now 0 for 7.
Bouncing ball over to Harry, he's got it. Throw across is in time. We're going to keep it here, and I'm going to give you that book report. All right, the name of the book was Your Inner Fish, a journey into the 3.5 billion year history of the human body. It's by Neil Shubin. It was copyright in 2008. It's only 201 pages. It's written by paleontologist, biologist Neil Shubin. Like I said, he explores the evolutionary history of various anatomical structures, demonstrating the close relationship between humans and all living creatures. Shubin's discovery of the fossil Tiktaalik, an ancient fish which lived about 375 million years ago with limb-like fins, provides insight into the transition from aquatic to terrestrial life. The book delves into the evolutionary development of human anatomy from limbs, teeth, and skulls into the genetic and embryonic mechanisms underlying body structure. It also examines the origins of sense organs like smell, sight, hearing, revealing a shared evolutionary history. The concluding chapter discusses the relevance of understanding our evolutionary past, particularly regarding health and biological functions. At times it was not an easy book to read, Lucas. Gets pretty scientific, but if you can muddle your way through that, it's worth a read. 201 pages. Your Inner Fish by Neil Shubin. Riley Palmquist is going to lead off the inning for Sheboygan. Riley 0 for 2. Riley flew out to center and was called out on strikes. Riley gets hit. Boy, didn't sound good. But he seems to be okay. He's going to take his base.
Get that leadoff runner on base, even if it's a little painful, Sheboygan's going to take it.
Yeah, exactly. Harry Stelt is up. Harry singled and walked. On the season, Harry has 8 doubles and 5 home runs. Harry's OPS is over 1,000. $1.148. Lucas getting those stats together for us. And he Belknap on the pickoff attempt, not in time. Palmquist with 1 stolen base on the year. Harry had a good rip at that, but hit it foul down the right field side.
See if Harry can hit one in the gap and see if Palmquist can run around the bases and score one for Sheboygan and extend this lead. Score from first base.
Harry takes that one. Good pitch. Outside corner.
And you got to give it to Belknap. He came into a very difficult situation in the second inning. And after getting out of that, he's looked really good in both the third and now so far in the fourth.
His second strikeout since he's entered the game in the second. Connor Lash is next. Connor's 2 for 2, getting that batting average up there. Pitches the ball. We're going to see who can figure out the batting average first. 216. You did get it right.
I know.
Getting shown up by the intern.
First time ever.
I don't know about that. 2 balls and 1 strike to Connor. Riley still on first. Breaking pitch is outside. Waiting on deck is Hudson Wagner.
And in his long appearance against Sheboygan last week, he only allowed 1 walk.
That pitch called a strike. That makes the count 3-2. See if Riley's on the move on this 3-2 pitch. He's got a nice lead. He's on the move. Bouncing ball towards second. Mitchell makes a fine play. Gets Lash, and that's going to bring up Wagner.
And it would have been a great hit and run had Mitchell gone to cover second, would have put perfect.
Yeah.
But Mitchell didn't go over enough, and he was able to get Lash at first.
Yeah. Tyrese did a good job of not covering that time. Wagner's 0 for 2, reached on an error and hit into a double play.
Big spot for him, give Sheboygan a little bit closer to that 10-run rule, being up 6 runs right now, over halfway there. And also just extend this lead, push further away from the Nationals.
Yeah, a very calm night. You can see on your screen the flag in center field is just limp on the pole, and probably cost Lash a home run. Hit that ball right down the line in left field and hit right at the base of the wall. A little bit of a push by the wind, like Lucas had mentioned at the time. Could have pushed it right out of here. It's been our hardest hit ball so far tonight. One ball, 2 strike pitch coming up. There are 2 outs. Pitch in the dirt evens the count. Wagner with a line drive hit to left. That'll produce a run. All 3 times Hudson Wagner has hit the ball right on the nose. Finally has a hit to show for those efforts.
Yep, finally he gets that hit, and it always sucks when you hit the ball hard and you get out, but it feels even better when you hit the ball hard and you get a hit, especially an RBI single.
8-1 now, Sheboygan. Jimmy Jurgensen up. Jimmy walked and scored in the first, and got a 2-out single in the second to drive in the 7th Sheboygan run. First pitch swinging, and he had a pitch to hit there. He's mad at himself for popping it out of play.
I was going to say, it looked like he knew it right after he fouled that ball off, looked down at the dirt.
This one's like though the ball is coming in, hit me, hit me, hit me, and all you can do is foul it off.
Sometimes your eyes light up too much, you just miss it.
Exactly. Ball hit out into a short right, but Arger Singer comes in and makes the easy catch, and that ends the Sheboygan 4th, but not before they pick up another run.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more. Leading off the 5th inning for West Allis will be Jonah Meidel. Meidel singled and scored his first time up. Taking my pencil. It's my Ticonderoga. Be careful. Oh, you don't ever use the eraser.
Oh, I never make mistakes.
The eraser's kind of broke on that other one.
I don't make mistakes.
Say it a little louder, please. They didn't hear you out in TV land. Fastball in on Meidel. All he could do is fight it off. No balls and 2 strikes. We're starting the 5th inning. It's been all Sheboygan. He scored 6 in the bottom of the 1st. And have added 2 more along the way. Eric Schmidt's has been looking very good here tonight. So look at your score sheet, Lucas. If we were talking about retired batters in a row for Schmitty, it would only be 6, right? Because that guy at the end of the 2nd got thrown out trying to steal.
I would say 6.
6 in a row, okay.
It feels like he always has that. Every time he pitches, we find this streak in there where he retires a significant amount of batters in a row.
Right. And I think the other day when we were calling the game, I think he got it up to 9 or 10.
So it's around that 2nd to 4th inning, and it's kind of the area we're in right now in the 5th.
Yeah. You know, and going back to your comments about working out of the 1st inning, you know, it's part of that getting loose process, and by the 3rd or 4th inning, he's loose, and that's when he starts to become very effective. Tenney can't find it, and has to dive and makes the catch at the last moment.
And the thing for Schmidt,
CJ, you want to turn those lights on a little brighter?
the thing for Schmidt that makes him great is that he doesn't need to strike batters out to be good. Some pitchers, they need to strike batters out because otherwise they give up hard contact. That's just not the case with him most times.
Right. What did we pay for these lights? $300,000. There's a ball hit deep into left field, way back there, and both outfielders just stand and watch. That's a long home run by Zach Rizzo. He got all of that one.
And I think the best thing for Sheboygan is that was just a solo shot.
Tenney took 2 steps, Ames took 1 step, and they just stood and watched after that. Good hit by Zach Rizzo.
There goes his streak.
Yep, 7 in a row he had. It's going to bring up the 3rd baseman, Aaron Gex. Ball is popped up in foul territory. Harry giving chase and makes the one-handed catch in foul ground. 2 outs. That brings up the number 9 hitter, J.J. Jackson.
Jackson's the only strikeout victim against Eric Schmitz through 4 2/3 innings. Kind of unusual just to have 1 strikeout this deep in the game for Eric. See if you can get him a 2nd time.
First pitch swinging. JJ fouls it straight back. Jackson Tillman in the house tonight. Nice to have the bat boy here. Oh, 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, strike 3. Eric going right after him and got him. West Allis comes up with a run, but after 4.5, it's 8-2 Sheboygan.
Whenever you shop Meyer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin.
You serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Danny Belknap still on the mound for the Nationals. He's done a good job since coming in. He'll face Chase Hanselman to start off the Sheboygan 5th. We mentioned Chase singled in 2 runs in the first inning. At that point it was 2-0, and then his 2-run single made it 4-0. Sheboygan able to tack on a couple more and ended up with a 6-run inning. Racing over and not able to make the catch was Hunsinger. Got over there in pretty good shape, just not able to make the grab.
I don't know if it's the lights, the way the sky looks right now, but it seems like the defenders are having trouble with balls in the air.
Well, you mentioned that, and then he also had to navigate the fence.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yep.
Well, the point is, not an easy play.
No, by no means, but a lot of times it's the play you expect him to make in that situation.
Right. The ball hit out into a left center field, and that's going to drop in there for extra bases. All the way to the wall. Hanselman in with a stand-up double and his second hit of the ball game, and he remains hot.
That's his 10th double. First Sheboygan A to reach double-digit doubles.
I had mentioned earlier Harry was in second place with 8. He now trails by 2 doubles in the doubles category. Tenney is 1 for 2 in the ball game. It's the 10th hit for Sheboygan. Ball hit down the third base side, but foul. CJ, aren't we giving away any prizes for that double? Well, you're just sitting there doing nothing. Announce it. You know, we haven't gotten on Bill tonight yet either. Sitting there playing on his phone. Ball is popped up on the infield. Hunsinger calling and catching. That's going to bring up Cal Casper.
And that dropped pop-up in foul territory cost West Allis after Hanselman got that double. And now you got a man in scoring position with 1 out. With bottom of the order at the plate and Cal Casper, see if he can bring him in.
Cal has gone to right his 2 plate appearances, getting a single his first at bat and then flying out his second. Good stop by Lem, keeping it in front of him, and that keeps Hanselman at second base. Sheboygan with a busy next 8 or 9 days. Lucas, they have a game tomorrow and then that doubleheader on Saturday, and then they go to Greenville and play a doubleheader over there.
Yeah, then in a couple weeks they go to Lombard for 4 games, which would be huge for
Yes.
Wisconsin State League standings.
Count is 2-1 to Casper. There's 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Casper with a line drive to center field, drops in front of Montgomery for a hit. Throw comes in, and good job by manager Tim Moyer to hold Hanselman at third.
Yeah, you would have been gone by about 20 steps had he tried for home there. So good job by, as you said, Tim Moyer holding them up.
Montgomery did a great job of getting it into Jackson, who would have been able to throw out Hanselman.
Especially with the 6-run lead and the top of the order coming up, no reason to send him in that situation.
Exactly. Alex Ames up. Ames 1 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. Belknap with a good fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Good speed on the bases. Casper at first, Hanselman at third. Line drive out to right and deep. Catch is made. And the throw is in time to double off Casper. No run on the play. Great play by Argersinger on the catch, and then the throw in doubles off Casper. Unfortunate, cost Sheboygan a run.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Me smells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family-owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community, and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen? Hello. Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Jared Recolaitis is going to take the mound for inning number 6. Schmitty goes 5, gives up 4 hits, 2 runs. Both of them were earned. No walks and 2 strikeouts. Good outing by Eric.
Yeah, especially we talked about getting out of that first inning, then just that solo home run in the 5th. But other than that, he'd been really dominant ever since that second inning. We said retired 7 in a row. And for him only to give 2 runs to a really good West Allis team and have Sheboygan get some runs on offense, it makes for a really good game.
Well, you feel in pretty good hands with Jared Recolaitis on the mound, and Schmitty gave Sheboygan a solid start. They will win. Ryan Lem, the leadoff hitter, is going to start the 6th for the Nationals.
Be interesting to see if there's any change in Recklice's velo, knowing that he's not going to have to go 7 to 9 innings. He's only got 12 outs to get.
So if Reck goes these 4 innings, Schmitty would get the win, Reck would get the save. Jared has no saves this season so far.
I don't think he's come out of the bullpen either. Probably a reason why.
No, you're right. This is his 5th appearance. He does have 4 starts, so you're right. This is his first relief appearance. He does have 3 complete games. And Lem goes down swinging. Reck more of a strikeout pitcher than Schmitty, so we should see a few more strikeouts.
I think we have to go deep into the archives to see the last time that Recklitis came out of the bullpen.
So Jared right now has 26 1/3 innings and has struck out 37 batters. Give you an idea of his strikeout prowess, and he's only walked 2 batters all year. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's nice when you got 2 pitchers on the mound who, you know, don't give up many free bases with Schmitz and Recklitis.
The only chink in the armor this year for Reck is he has allowed 23 hits. Reck has a 3-0 record, 1 shutout, and has an ERA of 0.69. Leads the ball club in that area.
That is just incredible.
Line drive, drops in front of Tenney for a base hit.
Even though those hit numbers have been up against in the season, you mentioned that ERA, it's absurd how low it is because he just finds ways to get out of innings even when there are runners on base.
That's one other thing I wanted to check in regards to what you just said. It's only allowed 5 runs, and of those 5, only 2 are earned. First pitch to Hunsinger is a ball. Tyrese Mitchell was the player who singled to left. Ball in the hole. Palmquist, long throw across. Not able to scoop it up was Jimmy Jurgensen. Hunsinger is going to reach on an error. And the runners move up to first and third. Mitchell able to go all the way to third.
Yeah, that's great base running by Mitchell, seeing the ball get past Jurgensen, take that extra base. Tough play for Palmquist. He'd already robbed Hunsinger one time, tried to do it again, but that play a little bit more difficult for him.
Runners on the corners for West Allis, and Argersinger up. Nick is 0 for 2 in the ball game. Takes that first breaking pitch for a strike. Sheboygan on top, 8-2. One pitch. A breaking ball and a good one. Swing and a miss.
A big strikeout spot here for Ecolitis, guy who mentioned strikes out a lot of batters, and there's time for one to be right now.
And Reck with another strikeout. It's 2 outs. West Allis still has runners on the corners. Harger Singer goes down on strikes, and that brings up Max Montgomery.
Arger Singer's a big bat to get out in this West Dallas lineup. Guy who did so much damage last week, and a guy who's got a really solid batting average as well. So to get him out on strikes, very important for Ecolitis.
Tapper, Harry bare hands, throws across, and the runner is safe. And a run scores, give Montgomery a hit. Harry did the best he could.
Yeah, just kind of a check swing. It's definitely not what Montgomery meant to do by any means, and he's going to get a base hit out of it. Another unearned run against Ecolitis.
Right. Jonah Meidel up. Meidel able to check his swing on that pitch that was outside. It's ball 1. Hard ground ball out to Palmquist, who made a good play on the short hop, but then threw it in the dirt. And another run comes home for West Allis, and it's now 8-4. 2 errors in the inning on Riley Palmquist. Very unusual, and that brings up Zach Rizzo, who hit a home run his last time up.
And
home run here makes it 8-7.
And don't be fooled by him in 7th in the order. He's definitely more than capable of a hitter than that.
Fastball to Rizzo is outside for ball 1.
Mentioned how this defense at times has brought Sheboygan down, and again, it's not been Palmquist most of the time, but
no, he's been the steadying influence out there, but not this inning. Good breaking ball is called a strike. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes.
big spot here for Ecolitis. Don't want any more damage done in the 6th inning. Deal with this bottom of the order.
Call, strike 3, breaking ball on the outside corner. Gets Rizzo, he's not happy about it, but that ends the Nationals 6. They come up with 2 runs, and after 5.5, Sheboygan's still on top.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
Getting ready to start sixth inning action. West Allis starting to make it interesting with a run in the fifth and then two more in the sixth inning. Sheboygan's sixth inning, they're going to lead off, or Riley Palmquist is going to lead it off. Riley had a tough top half of the sixth. Hopefully he can bounce back with a base hit and Sheboygan get a couple more runs.
Yeah, get out those 2 runs, especially when you put in a guy like Recklais in the game. Again, obviously defense played a part in it, but still, it's not where you want to be for Sheboygan.
Danny Belknap still on the hill for West Allis. Ball is hit out the right field side, but foul.
And now that momentum's kind of shifted back towards West Allis to get 2 runs back, and again, a chance to cut the lead to 1 with the guy who already hit the home run at the plate.
Yeah, it was a big, in the end, when you look at the outs, Jared did strike out the side. The air is really hurt.
And no earned runs for him either.
Nope.
But this is time in this bottom of the 6th inning for Sheboygan to respond just like they did in the 2nd inning after they had given up 1 in the top half.
There's a ball hit into the gap in right center field, but over to make the catch was Nick Argersinger, and what a play by him. Ball looked like it had extra bases written all over it till Argersinger got there.
And it looked like they were going to run into each other in the outfield for a second.
That would not have been good.
No, not at all.
Harry Stelt up. Harry takes that first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Be nice if Sheboygan could come up with a run or two. That pitch evens the count at 1-1. Belknap turning up the heat, and Harry fouled it out on the New Jersey Avenue. Mike Casper just walking in, sitting down in front of us, Cal's dad. That ball got by Lem for a ball. It's 2-2.
Harry was one of those guys who had to hit in the 1st inning, got it past those 2 gloves of both the 3rd baseman and the shortstop. Then he came around and scored. See him get another base hit in the 6th inning. Start a rally.
That pitch, another good fastball, but out of the zone. Count is 3-2. 1 out. Bouncing ball out to Gex at third. Does a little crow hop and fires across in time to get Harry. Good play by Aaron Gex. Connor Lash up.
He's got 2 hits tonight.
Connor grounded to second his last time up. First pitch is a ball. Sheboygan will face Menasha tomorrow night here at Wildwood Park. That game will start at 7:30. Line drive past the shortstop Jackson, and it rolls out into left field.
And this is the Connor Lash that we were used to seeing last season with hard hit ball after hard hit ball. 3-hit night for him now.
Wagner up. Wagner's hit the ball hard his first 3 times, but only has 1 hit to show for it. See if he can get an extra base hit. Maybe drive in Lash. Couldn't lay off the high hard one. First count is no balls and 1 strike. Pitch is up, makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike.
First time Wagner won't be batting with the runner on second or third base. He's had a lot of big at-bats in this game tonight. Does have a hit today as well.
Good play by Belknap, and then he tosses over to first for the out. And that ends the Sheboygan 6th. After 6 complete, Sheboygan still on top, 8-4.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations, willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Well, a respectable $146 were given away in the 50-50 raffle. You're not going to win that listening to us at home. You got to be here in the ballpark. Jared Recolaitis on the hill. He's facing Aaron Gex to start the West Allis 7th. Gex is 1 for 2. Aaron singled in a run in the second, but he popped that pitch up on the infield. And Riley Palmquist makes the one-handed grab for the out, and that brings up J.J. Jackson.
Jackson was the only guy that struck out against Eric Schmitz, and he did it twice. Both of the 2 strikeouts for Schmitz.
Rec with a good fastball, and that first pitch was up a little bit. He thought it was a strike. Umpire Baird called it a ball. Call that one a strike.
Yeah.
And being a former umpire, I think Mr. Baird got both of those pitches right.
It's always good when umpires agree.
Pitch is up and in. 2-1. Jackson playing at shortstop tonight. He has committed the lone Nationals error. And interesting enough, Sheboygan has 2 errors. They're both committed by their shortstop. So all errors tonight are by the shortstops.
E6, E6, and E6.
Reck trying to fight back. Was 3-1 through that last pitch for a strike on the outside corner. 3-2 pitch coming up. And strikeout again by Jackson. Not able to check his swing. And a couple of outs to lead off the 7th. And now we go to the top of the order with Ryan Lem.
And you talk about the errors for Palmquist, but you can't forget that great play he had on Hunsinger earlier in the game.
Right. We still stand by our comments. He's a calming influence on the infield with his fine defensive play.
And that first error was not an easy play by any means either.
No.
It's just the throw that got past Jurgensen allowed the runner to advance.
Yeah, if Jimmy able to get a glove on it, maybe knock it down, it just goes as a base hit. Breaking pitch is in for a strike. Pitch pretty close, but it's a bit outside. Good breaking ball, and coming up empty was Ryan Lem. Sheboygan, a 10-4 record in the state league, trying to get that up to 11-4. West Allis in second place is sitting at 10-6. A win tonight would give Sheboygan a 2-game lead on the Nationals.
And the Nationals aren't the only team they're worried about. There's still 4 other teams that are right along
Yeah,
there
right.
with them. I should say 3 other teams.
Addison has really struggled this year, and other teams have garnered a lot of wins against them. Bouncing ball over to Jimmy. He's got it, takes it to the bag. 3 unassisted, and that's it in the 7th for West Allis.
Estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. We thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
Jimmy Jurgensen is going to lead off the Sheboygan 7th. Jimmy's had a nice night tonight with 1 for 2. He had a RBI single, and then he walked and scored in that 6-run first.
And for Sheboygan, just a time to add a couple of runs. So you can never have enough runs in this sport. 4 runs might feel comfortable with a guy who's got an ERA under 1 on the mound, but you never know in the game of baseball how quickly things can shift. Especially with Jurgensen leading it off, a guy you know you can get on base.
That's why it was so important for Jared to get that 1, 2, 3, 7th inning and stop West Allis cold.
Definitely.
So it'd be nice to up that 4-run lead, get it up to 5 or 6, make it a little more comfortable. Jimmy coming into tonight had a 302 batting average. That's up a little bit. His 1 for 2. Did your computer, Lucas, finally run out of steam?
Yeah, we had about 15 minutes left, and I said, well, we already know the numbers at this point, so might as well shut it down.
Jimmy hits a high fly ball out into right center field, but Montgomery is there to make the catch.
Yeah, that's one of those. He just missed it. Just got a little bit under it.
Sounded good.
It did. Thought for a second off the bat, maybe, and then you realize after it had flown a little bit, just a little bit under it.
Hanselman up. Hanselman doubled his last time, but couldn't advance any further than third base.
That's another 2-hit day for Chase. He just continues to hit the baseball at a high level even after coming off an 0 for 4. And you said he's got a double hit total then after ending the hit streak, and he has already.
Figure out his current batting average. Hitting 375 after those 2 hits.
His former Rookie of the Year to this team a few years ago, and he's only gotten better since that point. Developed into a star for Sheboygan. Have a guy hitting 375 hitting 7th. I mean, that's
right.
Unbelievable.
Hanselman draws a walk. Chase is the kind of guy you got to keep track of him. He's has 6 stolen bases on the year. He's only caught once.
Sawyer Schultes.
Sawyer Schultes is up. He's batting for Tenney. Sawyer steps in hitting 273.
And just a very limited at bats, just a 3 for 11 this season. But still, 270 is 270. Don't got to tell me about how many at bats you have.
Slow roller to Hunsinger. He's got it. And gets the put out at first. Not able to get Hanselman running down to second. So with 2 outs and Hanselman on second, Cal Casper's up. Cal has a couple of hits. First pitch is a strike. Ball bounces off the backstop, but Lem not able to make the throw down.
It's a spot for Casper now to put that nail in the coffin. Give Sheboygan that last little push of momentum and get this to a 5-run lead here.
That would be nice. Hanselman advancing to third on the wild pitch. 1-1 pitch coming up to Casper. He drills one. That's going to be caught. Hung up there for Montgomery, and he raced over and made a fine running catch. And that ends the 7th inning for Sheboygan. But the A's still lead it by 4.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Saturday, July 11th is Meijer Family Day. All children 14 and under get in free. It's always a fun event. Get to run the bases after the games are finished. And it's also Induction Sunday between games. Taylor Schwartz will be inducted into the Sheboygan A's Hall of Fame. And Lucas and I will be there bringing you the ball games.
As always. A's just 6 outs away from completing a series win, if that's what you want to call it, versus West Allis, after they play them 3 times in a row. Should have been 4, technically, without that rain out that last week Thursday.
Yeah. Speaking of rainouts, we'll be making up a rainout against Menasha tomorrow night. That one does not appear on your schedule. July 10th, Sheboygan will be hosting Menasha in a 7:30 game. That's a rainout from a previous date.
There was that Menasha game in between this West Allis series, but you also see Menasha, like you said, again.
Yeah,
tomorrow,
that was a tough loss. That was that
That's
4-2
exactly.
game. I think wasn't that the game Jimmy had 2
Yep.
home runs?
Menasha is the team that Sheboygan saw in the Newell Championship as well last season.
Ball up the middle. Palmquist. Great play behind second base. Made a fine throw over to Jimmy to get Tyrese Mitchell. Tyrese, a very fast runner, but Riley up to the task.
That seems like the couple innings ago hasn't affected him with that play. That shows how talented he is. Doesn't let his past mistakes come back and be a mental disturbance to him.
Brian Hunsinger up. Brian reached and scored his last at bat. Reached on an error. Ball is popped back out of play. Jared Recolaitis winding up and delivers. That breaking ball is outside. Pitch is fouled straight back. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's 1 out. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Sheboygan trying to close out West Allis and win this Wisconsin State League game. Hunsinger battling up there, falling off a lot of pitches. Line drive out to second base. Wagner has got it. Sound like a broken bat, Lucas.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Sounds like it hit just off the wrong part of the bat, and Hunsinger's 0 for 4.
Nick Argersinger is coming up to bat. Nick has had a fine day out in the outfield. He's made some very good plays. So looking for his first hit. However, he's 0 for 3.
And for Recolaitis, you can get Argersinger out here. you're facing the lower end of the middle of the order for West Allis in the 9th.
Yeah, that would be
past those
sweet.
big bats.
One pitch coming up. And a good pitch. Breaking ball broke down and in, and Argersinger swung right over it. Wagner, not in time. Hudson did all he could to try and get the batter, but Argersinger, good speed, able to beat it out.
That's very tough also, throwing from your back foot to get power on that throw. And that's why Argersinger was just able to beat it by a step.
Max Montgomery is up. Max is 1 for 3, had an RBI single back in the 6th. Ball is lined out into center field. Ames fell down, the ball rolled over his head. It's going to go all the way to the wall. A run will score. And standing in at third with a triple is Mike Montgomery. Oh my goodness, what happened there?
And that's a tough way for Clays to give up an earned run on that play with Ames. They looked to be directly at him, and then, you know, maybe because of the rain from earlier today, that grass is a little moist out there in center field, and slipped and fell and cost Sheboygan a run, and runner at third base, and this game isn't over by any means for West Allis.
Oh, and it brings up Jonah Meidel. Meidel singled and reached on an error his last time, so he's 1 for 3. It's now 8-5.
The game that was once 8-1. Slowly clawing their way back is West
are.
Allis. And they've got the tie and run in the on-deck circle.
Sheboygan scored their last run in the 4th. Since that point, West Allis has scored 4 runs. Oh, 2 pitch coming up. Breaking ball is fouled out of play. Meidel playing out in left field. Jonah hasn't been tested out there tonight. Fastball is up high, makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs. Montgomery is on at third. He had a RBI triple. With the help of some wet grass. Breaking pitch stays up high. Evens the count at 2-2.
It's got to be difficult for a pitcher who thinks the inning's over. You start walking the dugout, and you got to come back out there and face another batter.
That pitch looked pretty good. Rec thought it was a strike. The umpire did not. It makes the count 3-2. Jared has 4 strikeouts so far in his outing of 2 2/3 innings. Looking to get number 5 right here.
That one looked to catch that outside corner of the plate.
Good take by Meidel.
Yeah. Tough one to take with 2 strikes as well.
Ball is hit up high. Palmquist ranging over. Harry, however, makes the call and the catch to end the 8th inning, but the Nationals come up with another run after 7.5. The A's still on top, but now by only 3.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then our dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Cam Carter on the mound for the Nationals, and we believe that Cam pitched the 7th inning also. He's going to be facing Alex Ames in the 8th. Belknap goes 5 innings. 5 good innings. He did a nice job in relief, only allowed 1 run. Cam Carter on the mound. Throws pretty hard.
We've also seen Carter as a hitter. He led off last week against Sheboygan.
Pitch is a strike.
A game that once seemed to be where Sheboygan was looking to get a run rule opportunity at one point. Now it's become a close game. Just a 3-run contest now.
2-2 pitch. Just off the outside corner.
Oh, wow.
And Ames able to hold up on the swing.
That is incredible by Ames if he held up. That looked to be very close.
And a good fastball. Ames goes down swinging. That's going to bring up Riley Palmquist. For Belknap, I've got him for 5 innings pitched. Gave up 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned, and no walks, 2 strikeouts. Good outing by him.
Yeah, he pitched really well. After Galkey gave up those 6 first-inning runs and then gave up the first 2 base runners in the second, he really weathered the storm throughout this game. Has given West Allis a chance to get back in this game.
Palmquist looking for his first hit. He did reach in the 4th on a hit by pitch and did score. Hudson Wagner with a 2-out single drove him in.
And for Ecolitis, he's looking to get that 12-out save next inning. But if he just entered in the 9th, now would be a save opportunity for him.
A good fastball right in there, right down Main Street. Palmquist up there now with a 2-2 count. Line drive, foul down the right field side.
Jeez.
Riley looking for his first base hit tonight. Takes that breaking pitch for a strike. Called strike 3. Cam Carter with a great pitch that time. In his 5 outs that he's recorded, Carter now has 2 strikeouts. He did walk a batter, but he's been pretty effective. Now he's got Harry Stelt to face. Harry 1 for 3 with a walk. Harry falls that one straight back.
Yeah, Harry's 1 for 3. Had that single back in the first. Also has drawn a walk.
Ooh. Couldn't catch up with that fastball. Harry following that one off again onto New Jersey Avenue. Carter's pitch is outside. Good take by Harry. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 8th. One more chance for the Nationals. They trailed by 3. Another high fly ball hit down the right field side, but out of play. Connor Lash waiting on deck. Connor 1 for 3 tonight, same as make that 3 for 4 so far. Ball is off the glove of the catcher. Evens the count at 2-2. Long at bat for Harry. He's fouled off a lot of pitches. 1 for 3 tonight, as Lucas mentioned. Singled in the first and scored. Breaking pitch again. Harry spoiling it by fouling it off.
The good thing for Ecolitis, looking ahead towards the 9th, he sees 7, 8, 9 in the West Dallas order. Hopefully he can take care of them.
We look at that 7, 8, 9, but that number 7 hitter hit that home run, and he came up to bat with, I think he could have drawn, with a home run would have drawn him to within 1, but anyway, no slouch in that 7th spot. Again, pitch a little bit inside, off the mitt of Ryan Lem, the catcher. Full count now. And Harry works a walk. What an at-bat. Sitting with the count, no balls and 2 strikes, fouled off 2 or 3 pitches, and then from that point was able to work a walk.
Yeah, that's why he's been so special for so long. His ability to find ways on base, even with 2 strikes, he's such a comfortable hitter in those situations.
Harry has 17 walks on the season. That is the club leader. Lash 3 for 4, looking to make it 4 for 5. Neil Diamond at the ballpark. Lash doubled in a run in the first and scored, singled in the second and scored, and then singled in the sixth and did not score. Harry not taking a big lead at first. Cam Carter's first pitch to Connor. Actually, his second pitch is a ball. It's 2-0.
You have to think Lem came out there just try to calm him down, and you got one more out to get. If you're West Allis, don't make this deficit any larger for the Nationals.
Hudson Wagner waiting on deck. He'd love to come up with runners on first and second. .30 pitch is outside. And with 2 outs, Sheboygan now has runners on first and second.
Still nothing has been hit in play in this 8th inning. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks.
A lot of foul balls, though, by Harry. That walk to Lash was a 4-pitch walk.
It's been a while since Carter's been able to locate the zone. 5 balls in a row. Make it 6.
First pitch is outside. Good take by Hudson Wagner. Hudson playing at second base tonight. Done a nice job over there defensively. Oh, breaking ball is a beauty. Cam Carter getting a strike. Evens the count at 1-1.
Be nice for Sheboygan to add one more here. In this inning, obviously, we've talked about earlier in this game, you can never have enough, especially since West Allis has got a couple back.
That pitch is outside, makes the count 2-1. Harry's on second. Connor Lash is at first. Another breaking pitch for a strike. Hudson looking for the big 2-out hit. Swing and a miss. Another breaking pitch. And Cam Carter strikes out the side. And through 8 complete innings, Sheboygan up 3.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Me spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef, it's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot. Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen? Hello. Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Defensive changes for Sheboygan. George Haas comes in for Jimmy and is going to play second base. Harry, who was playing third, moves to first. And Hudson Wagner, who was at second, moves over to a Harry spot at third base. See if defense works out. Jared Recklitis still on the hill. Throws a breaking pitch to Zach Rizzo, who swings and misses. Zach is 1 for 3, but hit that long home run back in the 5th.
Yeah, you want to have your best defensive group out there if you're Sheboygan. That's why you make these subs at this point in the game, knowing that the defense has given away a couple runs tonight.
Oh, 2 pitch coming up. And call, strike 3. Recklitis threw him 3 breaking pitches. The first 2 he swung and missed. The third one he took and it was a strike. Good start to the 9th. Aaron Gex, the fine third baseman for the Nationals, is up. Another breaking pitch in for a strike. We had mentioned Jared Recklitis looking to pick up his first save of the season. He's got a 3-0 record and could make it 3-0 with a save. Got a good start to the inning with a strikeout and an 0-2 count to Gex. And Gex hits that one and fouls it out of play.
He was over halfway on his way to an immaculate inning there. First 5 pitches, 5 strikes.
Eric Schmitz went the first 5, and Recklitis looking to go the final 4. Swing and a miss, strikeout. Six strikeouts so far for Reck in these 3 2/3 innings. And that brings up J.J. Jackson, who's done nothing but strike out. 0 for 3.
That golden sombrero is on the line for him. He
Pinch
strikes out
hitter
again.
Jason Randall is up. First at bat for Jason. Count is 1-1. 2 outs. Sheboygan up 3. Looking to extend their lead in the Wisconsin State League over West Allis. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Throw down is in time, and Recklitis finishes the game with a 1-2-3 ninth, all of them strikeouts, and Sheboygan a winner. Eric Schmitz picking up the win. Jared Recklitis the save. Lucas, what do you got to say about tonight's ball game?
Well, the 6-run first inning really helps in this game, especially since West Allis kind of clawed back, especially when Belknap came in the game. But pitching did great job. Defense let him down at times, but overall Sheboygan's pitching was really good with some aces on the mound. So great win for Sheboygan. Extend that lead in the Wisconsin State League.
All right, with the win, Sheboygan goes to 20-13 overall, 11-4 in the Wisconsin State League, up that lead from 1 to 2 games. Our next game is going to be tomorrow night when Menasha comes to town for a 7:30 game, and we look forward to bringing that to you. For my partner Lucas, I'm Mike saying thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you down the road.